Greetings and welcome to the Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team video, where today I'm going over the Blood and Zeal review. This was given to me by Games Workshop, but also aim to be honest, impartial and constructively critical. But also please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of the box and the review as a whole. And remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below, an affiliate link at Omen Games, an affiliate link and discount code at Crossfire Games, and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. But let's get on with the video. So yeah, this is Blood and Zeal, the third box for this season of Kill Team in the new edition. And it's kind of fun. It contains a Khorne Kill Team, the Goremongers, and an Imperial Kill Team, the Sanctifiers. So you basically have a Khorne cult and an Imperial cult facing off against each other, which is pretty nice. So I'll quickly go over what's in the box. So as you can see, it's got a nice big box as always, and it shows you on the back what you get. So you get 11 Sanctifier operatives, 8 Goremongers, and then a really big statue. Now the shrine is huge, and I actually really like they've packed in the shrine, but it's really, really big. And inside you get all the bases, there's all the sprues. So those are the sprues for the Sanctifiers, because all of these are brand new kill teams, no upgrade sprues. So you've got your 11 Sanctifiers there, and then you've got your 8 Goremongers here. Inside you also get like this nice box, which contains all the cards and everything. So you've got artwork on the front, or anyway when you open up, and then inside you've got the Blood and Zeal dossier, the card tokens for both kill teams, as well as the instruction guides for all the kits. You also get all the cards, so the cards for the Goremongers, the cards for the Sanctifiers, as well as the Blood and Zeal narrative cards, which is really, really nice. So briefly going over the kill teams, I have reviews for each that you can check out on the channel, and I'll try and link them in the video. But starting off with the Sanctifiers, they're basically an Imperial cult led by a hype man who hypes all of his followers with their belief in the Emperor, and they try and purge everyone in melee with holy fire as well. So the way this kill team works is you select your leader to basically start giving the sermon, then everyone within 6 inches of your leader takes -1 damage, but also gets benefits based on, you know, being under the sermon, notably like your strategy ploys. So for example, everyone has ceaseless if they're under the sermon, and other buffs like that, which is really good. The only issue is your leader has a very broken ability called Lead the Possession. So before your leader activates, everyone within 6 inches does a free charge, reposition or dash, as long as they end within 6 inches of your leader. So if you reposition dash your leader up 3 inches and then use that ability, you can just pull everyone with you. You can do hilarious things such as a 17-inch movement on single operatives, you know, just teleporting everywhere. Or when your leader charges in, everyone charges in. So if you want someone dead, your leader and 5 of his best friends can all charge in at once, which is fine, right? You know, this team doesn't have a lot of crazy broken abilities, but they also have a Death Coat Assassin, effectively an Imperial Demon host. Instead of being a demon, it just shoots out powers of the Emperor. You've also got your Cherub, which is a comms, but unfortunately this is a 2-box kill team, so you will need to buy 2 boxes or convert up a lot of other missionaries. But it is nice that they've refreshed a bunch of 3rd edition miniatures and basically brought a bunch of like John Blanche artwork to life, which is really, really nice. From like a really good thing is that you get a lot of head options and you don't have to use the heads which they show in the box, which in my opinion are some of the worst faces they could have used, which is really depressing. But otherwise, it's actually a really nice kit. It's just a shame the team isn't that balanced. Then you've got the Goremongers kill team. This is basically a Khorne cultist team. You get 8 of them. They all have 10 wounds, and they have marks of Khorne, so they can never take more than 8 damage in a single shooting attack, which is very nice. Then they also have Sangue Vitae rolls, which allows them to heal or do a numerous number of things. They have Gore tanks. They all start half full, which will make sense if you watch my Goremonger review. And every time they kill someone, they fill up their Gore tanks, and when they use their Sangue Vitae abilities, their Gore tanks reduced by 1, which is really, really nice. They can double fight. They have, for some reason, melee damage reduction. They're insane. They're really good. This kill team is really, really good. All you have to do is stage correctly turning point 1. Then turning point 2 onwards, you just charge the opponent and obliterate them, which is fine, you know, that's okay, that's completely fine. But otherwise, They're really nice. They're much better in terms of my opinion for model wise. You do get 2 head options per miniature, but the head options are kind of limited, and unfortunately the poses are quite limited. Now this is a 1-box kill team, but if you're trying to be hyper efficient, you will want to build more aspirants, and you may actually not even build the hookshot guy. But otherwise, it's great that at least they continue the tradition of at least one of the kill teams in the box kind of being a 1-box kill team, which they did better than the last box, Brutal and Cunning. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. But overall, the kill teams look great. They're really thematic. They're just not balanced, right? But it's okay. I've coped with the following memes. So instead of like, you know, getting really upset about everything, I've used these memes to help myself cope. Why don't you make your own memes or spread these to help manage when you see what the rules of these kill teams are? Now going on to the narrative pack. First up, we've got the Blood and Zeal's mission pack. So the way this works is basically it's a narrative game mode, and it works on any approved ops map pack. So it doesn't have its own set missions. It just uses the map pack that we have available, and then you alter it as the map pack says, well, as this pack says. Now they do advise it does add a lot of bloat, so you may want to simplify it by like not using the tac op or the crit op when you're playing these missions. But I think it's still fine. It just takes a while to get used to. But basically you get the statue, and whoever has priority sets it up exactly in the middle of the kill zone on a line they wish. But it has to be more than 1 inch from other terrain features. At the end of the battle, in addition to victory points scored from the mission, each player adds up the Blood and Zeal cards in their discard pile. If a player has more discarded blood cards than their opponent has, they score 1 VP. If a player has more discarded Zeal cards than their opponent, they score 1 VP. So for the Blood and Zeal cards, when setting up the battle, separate the cards into 2 decks, shuffle each deck, then place them face down next to the kill zone. Place 3 cards from each deck face down next to their respective decks. This is the draw section, see the example below. Whilst the cards type Blood or Zeal is obvious, it's important to keep this detail secret. Neither player can look at the text on these cards unless otherwise specified. Whenever a player is instructed to draw a card, they take a card, Blood or Zeal, from the deck draw selection and add it to their hand. Remember, players can't look at the specifics of the card before they choose them unless otherwise specified, but both players will know it's a Blood or Zeal card. In general, Blood cards are for offense and Zeal cards are for defense. Once a player adds a card to their hand, they can look at its text, but they should keep it secret from their opponent. The player then replaces the drawn card in their drawn selection with another card face down from the top of the same deck unless the deck is empty. If players would draw cards simultaneously, they alternate drawing cards and replacing them before the opponent draws until they've drawn the required amount, starting with the player has initiative. Players draw 1 card when in the ready step of each strategy phase. When their opponent scores victory points, draw 1 card for each victory point they score. Each card specifies when a player can use it, providing additional rules for the opponent for the opportune moment. Once you use a card, place it in the discard pile. Each player has 2 discard piles, 1 of each type. Whenever a discarded card is in the discard pile, it's no longer secret. This means both players should know how many cards are in each discard pile and what they are. At the end of the battle, each player adds up the Blood and Zeal cards in their discard pile. If a player has more discarded blood cards than their opponent has, they get 1 VP. If a player has more discarded Zeal cards than their opponent, they have 1 VP. Note that this is discarded cards unused in each player's hand don't count, and you can't simply discard them from your hand. You must use them to discard them, and many of them have restrictions on how they can be used. Now, there are actually a lot of cards, and they basically have the mirroring effects, as there's 16 Zeal cards and 16 blood cards. So, for example, you've got Damage Strike, which does plus D3 damage when a friendly operative is fighting. In the resolve attack dice step, when one of your additional attacks inflicts damage, inflict D3 additional damage, and then you have the mirror of it, minus D3 damage strike. Use this Zeal card when an enemy operative is fighting against or retaliating against a friendly enemy operative or friendly operative. When one of your opponent's attack dice inflicts damage, ignore D3 of that inflicted damage so they can just cancel each other out. But basics like +1 move, more damage, getting like crits, you know, getting double fights, double shoots, bonus to the initiatives, or like then defensive mirrors of that. So it's nice, you know. You could rename them to be like science and sorcery cards or whatever, depending on what factions you're playing. And the nice thing is the pack even specifies you don't have to use the Imperial statue. You can use whatever appropriate terrain feature you have to represent what works best for your kill teams and the kill zone, which is nice. All in all, it's a nice narrative addition, and I find it better than the Bunker Assault. So it would just be interesting if they make these cards available as a PDF for people to get, or if they'll actually make them available to buy separately, which would be interesting. Then you've got the Shrine statue as follows. Determine a kill zone as normal, but it should include a Shrine statue terrain feature. After selecting drop zones, as I said, you select as before. And they do mention you may want to remove a terrain feature to put this in place. For example, for kill zone Vocus, you can remove a small heavy ruin, or light rubble to make space for it where the shrines would be placed. The shrine is heavy and can be contested or controlled by objectives and has a plinth. Treat the plinth as the marker for the purposes of contesting and controlling the shrine statue. Whenever you draw a card, if a friendly operative controls the shrine statue terrain feature, you can look at the text on one card before drawing it, but still keep it secret from your opponent. You can then draw that card or draw another, but you can't look at the one before you draw it. Friendly operatives can perform the following mission action: praise or blaspheme. Shuffle one card from your hand or two from your discard cards back into the respective decks. Note that your discarded cards are potentially worth VPs at the end of the battle, so doing so could affect this. Then you draw a card, and you cannot perform the sword control range of enemy operatives, or while more than 3 inches from the shrine terrain features plinth. Then you've got Hallow Defile, and then you do it on one shrine statue terrain feature the active operative controls. Draw a card, and you cannot perform this while within control range of an enemy operative if it doesn't control the shrine's terrain feature, or if the shrine has already been hallowed defiled during this turning point. So nice way to draw extra cards. What I really like about this section is it also details how you can actually modify it to chaosify the shrine, which is really cool. You only usually see these in White Wolf at the moment. So it shows out like you can cut off the wings, you can drill out the eyes, you can replace the weapons with like what they've used is weapon like chaos marks from like the Rhino, Chaos Rhino, which is really cool. It's nice they've shown like ways to chaosify up. I probably wouldn't chip the wings, you know, I'd like to keep the way it works, maybe just put skulls everywhere. But it's nice they're doing this, it's really, really neat. And then it goes over painting them as well as how they defile them. So they have defiled 2 statues and painted them in 2 different ways, but it's really nice they go through this. It's really, really cool. I actually really appreciate this hobby part, which is very nice. So for the Blood and Zeal overview, I actually hate this box. I really like it. I would actually recommend it if you wanted to get it. The Sanctifier kill team is actually a lot of fun to play, not play against, but the models are really nice, and the fact you get so many different head options really helps make these models look a lot better. Like the head options they chose aren't great, but the kit has so many good options and the models just look great. The Goremongers are also really nice models, and they're very fun to paint and play. Really simple, but very, very strong with a quite high skill ceiling. And then you get a huge statue, and obviously you get all the tokens and cards you need to play these teams, which is great. So like if you wanted to get this box, I'd highly recommend it. If I didn't get it for free, I would get it, because as a competitive player, you need this box. These teams are crazy. Their main weakness is just elites. Otherwise, they destroy everything. Oddly, the Goremongers kind of just mess up the Sanctifiers. But, you know, I'm sure that's fine. But otherwise, it's just like really, really good. You'll want it as a collector because the miniatures are great. You want it as a new player because some of the teams are quite forgiving. The Sanctifiers, not so much. They're hard to play, but are the fastest team in the game. And if you're a competitive player, you want it for both teams because both of these teams are really, really strong. So, you know, you could argue power creep or whatever. It's a shame. Like eventually these issues will be fixed by like June or July in 2 balanced data slates time. But until then, enjoy how powerful these teams are as they like mess up everyone that is in the Space Marine. But even if you're playing this like for a narrative or casual standpoint, the Blood and Zeal cards really are a nice element to the game, where it makes it more fun and interactive if you're going for more like narrative than actually trying to play competitively, which I kind of wish Games Workshop would focus a bit more on, you know, instead of just kind of completely ignoring it. But it's nice narrative, got a lot of like attention here. This is effectively Ashes of Faith 2.0, not only mimicking the campaign system, but also the balance and design of both kill teams, which is depressing and hilarious. you know, if you want more info, just watch my faction guide reviews. But I think it's a great box. It's really, really nice, and hopefully Games Workshop keeps it up. It's really nice that we get 2 brand new kill teams all the time. It's really, really good. And yeah, it's just nice, you know, just ignore the balance. Ignoring the balance is fine. It's really, really good. But that's pretty much it from me today. Please remember to like and subscribe as well as comment. Let me know what you thought of the Blood and Zeal box. What do you think of it? Are you going to get or you're not? And remember, I've got a Discord you can check out for free in the episode description below. An affiliate link where you can order this from Element Games at a nice discount while helping to support me for free. And I've got an affiliate link and discount code at Crossfire Games and a Patreon if you want to give me some more support. And I'm just going to shout out my patrons. So for my adepts of the crit, I have Tom, Supercow, Sam, Nick, Mercenary Q, Mr. Meatwad, Lucas, Jeremiah, Graham, Fangzu, Draken, Dave Meeswell, Dan, Dada Goldens, Chris, Morpheum, and then for my veterans of the crit, I have Mark. So thank you so much for all your support. It really means a lot to me and helps support the channel. But yeah, you know, memes have helped so much with the rage. I was gonna like, if I had time, I was gonna do the, if you've watched Red Dwarf, I was gonna do the stress ball thing like they did with Rimmer, and I was just like, I just don't have the time. I'm trying to furiously paint both kill teams, almost done with the Goremongers, and I've done a lot to build and convert my Sanctifiers. But yeah, you know, ignoring balance, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. I was going to do a fine counter, but if you're trying to keep track, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine in June or July. It's fine. But remember, it's fine as long as you can roll a crit.